For 33 years, Fred Rogers made children feel safe on TV. But after his death in 2003, his wife revealed something no one knew. Every year on his birthday, Fred wrote letters to God, questioning whether his work truly mattered. Over 30 of these private letters were kept hidden during his lifetime. Fred was born in 1928 in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, into a wealthy family. Yet, despite 47 acres and luxury, he spent much of his childhood alone. At age 2, he contracted measles and scarlet fever, bedridden for 47 days. His mother taught him to play melodies on the black piano keys, which became his first true friend. Doctors diagnosed him with severe developmental dyspraxia, suggesting he might never improve. With therapy that included puppets, Fred regained hand coordination. That early blend of play and healing shaped his future work. As a child, he witnessed tragedy up close. A train derailment near his home claimed 47 lives. He began asking tough questions about suffering, fear, and kindness, which he explored through puppet shows in his attic. His mother later built him a real puppet theater. In high school, Fred faced bullying, yet he persevered. During illness, he composed his first musical piece, showing early signs of his creative brilliance. His father pressured him to abandon puppetry and follow the steel business, but Fred remained committed to his own path. Every step of his life, from childhood illness, loneliness, and loss, to resilience, creativity, and compassion, shaped the gentle, thoughtful man who would touch millions of children's hearts. Fred chose his own path, even when it wasn't easy. When his brother Jim was born in 1937, 9-year-old Fred struggled, hiding bottles and refusing to speak for 6 weeks. He later admitted, "I wanted Jim to disappear so you would love me again." That guilt shaped his lifelong mission, to make every child feel seen and valued. In 1945, Fred volunteered for civil defense, watching the skies for bombers. One night, radar picked up a threat. 4 hours on a rooftop convinced him an attack was coming. Though it turned out to be American planes, the fear was real. And from that moment, he vowed never to include violence in his work. He studied music at Rollins College, graduating magna cum laude in 1951, and developed his slow, deliberate speech to overcome a stutter, practicing underwater. After graduation, he worked in TV while studying theology. Fred believed a TV show could be a ministry, a safe place where children felt understood. Music was central. He composed over 200 songs, blending classical training with secret jazz performances in underground clubs. His creative and spiritual sides merged seamlessly. Fred met Joanne in 1948 and married her in 1952, a partnership that would anchor him for 50 years. His first TV break in 1951 exposed him to what children's entertainment shouldn't be: chaotic, mean-spirited, and loud. After 6 weeks, he walked away, refusing to compromise his values. 3 years later in Pittsburgh, he co-created the Children's Corner. With a $150 weekly budget, one yellow legal pad, and sheer determination, Fred ran a live show, voicing 13 puppets on the spot. From a sock-turned Daniel Tiger to a handmade red trolley, Fred built everything himself, sometimes to the point of collapse. Even his anger became a lesson, once smashing a puppet only to later teach kids about managing emotions. By 1957, he wrote, "Won't You Be My Neighbor?" After a letter from a lonely child, restored a junkyard piano, and composed 13 operas for kids. When Pittsburgh flooded, he responded on air, and to 500 children by hand. After a stint in Canada, he launched Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood in 1968. Critics called it dull, but Fred refused to rush childhood. Behind the scenes, he built the trolley factory, cataloged every fan letter, and replied to each one. In 1970, facing PBS cuts, he stood before the Senate, sang about anger, and won $20 million in funding. Few knew the calm host swam 3 miles a day, did 100 push-ups, and kept it secret to stay humble. He faced tough issues head-on, sharing a pool with Officer Clemens after Dr. King's death, airing stories of grief and war, and showing kids that feelings, even hard ones, deserve space. Fred lived by quiet discipline, 143 pounds for 30 years, nearly 900 scripts written, and every word chosen with care. His lessons on anger and empathy came from his own scars, both emotional and physical. Once, he even wiped off his makeup on camera to prove kindness mattered more than perfection. In 1998, at 70, Fred was diagnosed with stomach cancer. He filmed 65 more episodes through chemotherapy, sometimes vomiting between takes, padding his shrinking frame to stay reassuring on screen. He wove his pain into stories, helping children face fear and resilience. His final taping in December 2000 was a quiet 15-minute farewell. 2 years later, he passed, leaving a legacy of honesty and care. Fred never stopped learning. In 1993, he testified before Congress with a Game Boy in hand, playing Tetris to show how games could teach problem-solving, while warning against violent media. His advocacy helped shape the ESRB rating system still used today. In 1988, during a storm, he improvised a 12-minute lullaby about fear and breathing. His most honest moment, he said. After 33 years and 895 episodes, he retired in 2001, but kept writing, recording, and praying daily for children by name. As his health declined, he hid his pain from viewers, saving one last message. Looking into the camera, he said softly, "You were special to me. It wasn't acting. It was goodbye." Fred Rogers passed away on February 27, 2003, at 74, from pneumonia complications after cancer returned. Over 50 million people bought a commemorative stamp featuring his red cardigan, which he had weighed every day, exactly 2.7 pounds, believing it carried the emotional weight of his connection to children. Today, it resides at the Heinz History Center in Pittsburgh, alongside puppets, sets, and scripts. He left behind a legacy of personal letters, journals, and correspondence with children, including prayers for their well-being. In life, he had declined a $1 million licensing deal for Mr. Rogers' Toys, believing the space between screen and child was beautiful and untouchable by profit. In 2018, the documentary Won't You Be My Neighbor celebrated that quiet truth, earning nearly $23 million. It reminded audiences that Rogers had addressed difficult topics: divorce, grief, war, anger, long before it was mainstream, helping children process real emotions. His early experiences with illness, bullying, and trauma informed his work, shaping methods that increased emotional resilience in children. Fred's legacy continues through his son James, who helped launch Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood in 2012, based on Rogers' characters and seminary notes. The show remains on air, teaching generations of children empathy and emotional intelligence, even aiding children with autism during COVID lockdowns. The Fred Rogers Archive now holds over 22,000 items, from X the Owl to King Friday's Castle and the Red Sweater, stretching across 6 floors. Visitors of all ages experience the same connection Rogers fostered decades ago: